Most TV episodes are designed to give you distance. Not emotionally, but formally. They take you somewhere else and protect you while you're there. The camera shows you how to see. The editing tells you what matters. And the music guides how you feel. You're as close as you can get to the story without being part of it yourself. A fly on all the right walls, seeing everything.
Is he still in there? Or did
He's non-responsive? Is he talking? Can he talk?
Is he breathing?
This episode takes that distance away. There's none of the familiar guidance or preparation, and all of a sudden, you're no longer watching the story. It's happening to you. Connor's Wedding, the most acclaimed episode of Succession, commits to a form of realism television almost never attempts. Experiential realism. What is it like to actually experience something? And the result is 62 minutes of painful, unfiltered reality. And possibly one of the best episodes of television ever made.
Frank, is he gone?
I don't want to bullshit you, Ken. I think he went. I think he's gone.
Even in its most intense, TV usually keeps the viewer oriented. This is particularly true of prestige TV, the modern era of cinematic, high-quality dramas built around complexity and thematic weight. These shows are often the most emotionally intimate, but that intimacy is carefully designed. The audience is standardly given 3 things that allow them to truly connect with the story, but at a safe distance. Clarity. We know where we are and who knows what. Preparation. Enough context to follow and often anticipate what's coming. And framing. Emotional direction through score, editing and performance. Information may be withheld and shocks deployed, but they're meticulously timed. Part of a larger architecture designed to carry us through stories that unfold over dozens of hours. Succession is the modern pinnacle of prestige TV, inheriting the familiar themes of power, family, and moral compromise. And despite being undoubtedly unique, with its loose reactive camera work and pseudo-corporate Shakespearean dialogue,
Carl, if your hands are clean, it's only because your whorehouse also does manicures.
Succession still carries prestige TV's formal DNA. The viewer is oriented, the power dynamics are clear, and the emotional beats are shaped, timed, and framed. There is still that distance. Now, Succession has flirted with disturbing that structure throughout its run, but it wasn't until the 3rd episode of the final season that it committed to removing that formal distance entirely. Connor's Wedding doesn't just show you what an experience looks like, it forces you to live through it. The episode begins like any other. Standard Succession beats, sharp conversations, familiar tensions, the audience popping in at all the right moments. Then Roman gets a phone call from Tom.
Hey, Roman.
Yeah.
Hey, your dad is very sick. He's very, very sick.
What?
Jesse Armstrong wanted to genuinely shock the audience, and he did it by giving Logan, the centerpiece of his Shakespearean drama, a fundamentally anti-Shakespearean death. There was no final monologue, no bedside farewell, a death by separation, communicated over the phone with bad signal.
What's going on?
Tom? Tom, are you still there?
It's a brutally modern way to lose someone, and painfully familiar to anyone who's lived through it. For that shock to land properly, we can't be watching from a safe distance.
Why does Frank think that, Tom?
We need to be grounded in one perspective, experiencing it alongside the characters.
But I think you should talk to him. I'm not sure he's breathing.
That's why for the next 27 minutes after that phone call, we're pulled right in. One extended continuous take as the siblings try to process the news about their father in real time.
Oh, man.
No more cutting to the right place at the right time. We're stuck there with Kendall, Roman and Shiv, confused and desperately trying to catch up just like they are.
You still hearing?
I don't know, but I'm putting you there, okay? And you're by his ear. You can go now. You're talking to him now.
Oh.
Succession was one of the rare modern dramas shot on film, which made this kind of ambitious wanna a genuine logistical gamble.
And the camera operators worked on this idea of basically hiding rolls of film around the set and hiding a third camera body, doing super fast reloads so that one camera would
Us
always
doing like a one-act play on a boat in several rooms with background actors, with lighting everywhere with 3 cameras, and it was unlike anything I'd ever done before, and it was extremely exciting. We just did the one.
Every formal choice in this scene is designed to collapse the distance between the audience and the experience. Tom's voice on the phone, performed live by McFadden, is just loud enough to follow, but never quite clear.
Serious what?
It is very, very bad.
You lean in with Roman and Kendall, worried you've missed something. The cuts to the airplane are rare, brief interruptions in long unbroken stretches with the siblings on the boat, offering as little relief as possible. Mark Mylod, the director, wanted the camera to feel sadistically voyeuristic, and it does. Tight, unflinching, with nowhere to escape. Their claustrophobia becomes your own. And the score is almost completely absent. There's no music telling you how to feel. You're left sitting in the confusion and discomfort of your own reaction, exactly as you would be in real life. And while planning was essential to achieve that proximity to the experience, so was not planning. For the majority of the sequences in the episode, including that half-hour continuous take, there was little to no rehearsal.
But the very first time we did it, I didn't rehearse at all. I gave kind of parameters to the actors, physical parameters.
Mylod let his actors just do their thing to keep everything as fluid as possible. For example, take this scene here, with Kendall going to get Shiv. Jeremy Strong wasn't told where Sarah Snook would be, so there's a real authenticity in him looking for her. The sadistic restraint of the camera then follows him after he spotted her, building the anticipation of what he has to do. Succession has always employed a genius mix of planned, intricately blocked shots and spontaneous handheld, shaky footage in its cinematography. This blended style can be deliberately weighted depending on the energy of the scene it's trying to capture. And in the final cut of Connor's wedding, a lot of reactive camera work was utilised. This type of cinematography puts you right in the middle of the room. You're not a fly securely attached to the wall, you're a head on a swivel trying to keep up. Formal choices can effectively collapse the distance, but it's the people that make the experience real. And the acting in Connor's wedding is some of the best I've ever seen. Strong, Snook, Culkin and Ruck give phenomenal performances portraying the disorientation and acute pain of sudden loss. Their desperation to regain control.
To do it, do it right.
To make sense of the situation.
Can we please get this straight? Yeah, well, let's just, how about we just get some doctors in there, some proper doctors, and then we'll know what actually happened, then we can talk about it.
Sure, I mean...
And various forms of denial are all acted with the disturbingly real mix of restraint and emotion.
Anything. All I'm saying is that we actually don't know. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
There's also the fascinating dynamic of all the siblings having to contend with the fact that they're simultaneously losing a monster who's tormented their lives and their dad.
Hey, you're going to be okay, because you're a monster, and you're gonna win, because you just win. And
I can't forgive you.
There's no excuses for me, but
Maybe the most devastating reaction for me is Connor's.
He never even liked me.
The knee-jerk innermost feeling of a son who never felt truly loved by his dad.
I don't even know what I mean.
Even the ensemble on the plane, especially McFadden, provide such impressive realism with their performances. You have to, of course, credit Jesse Armstrong too. Even for a writer of his standards, some of the dialogue in this episode is so devastating and brilliant.
So let's grieve and whatever, but not do anything that restricts our future freedom of movement.
Watching an episode like Connor's wedding reminds us that even with our favourite stories that are fully absorbing, there's a subtle structure in how they are told that protects us. Distance isn't a flaw of television, it's a kindness. It helps us process, interpret, and survive difficult stories. This episode removes that kindness. We're not guided through grief, we're dropped into it. Confused, unprepared, stuck in real time with people who don't know what to do next. It's a bold piece of TV that's first priority isn't to make you understand, but to capture the truth of an experience. And that's why it might be one of the best ever. Television isn't meant to be this real, but once in a while, maybe it should be.